Sorry, I forgot about that.
All right. Is everyone seeing the map?
Yes.
Cool. So as I said, it's up to your characters to get to the game before we actually begin playing it. So with that said, let's have everyone roll just a d20 and give me your scores.
I have an 11.
I also have an 11.
Okay. Well, I quit. It's been fun.
I didn't plan for this, and my whole encounter's been ruined.
I got 10.
Right. And Whitney,
I got an 18.
18. Cool. All right. Okay. So you begin to get excited about this game that you are playing. And it's been really highly anticipated. You're meeting your friends, you're on your way to this game, and you decide that you are going to skateboard to get to this game. How are you at skateboarding? Pretty good at skateboarding in real life? Okay, good.
Which one of us? Oh.
I was gonna say, like, that's my biz. Like, who are you talking to?
So Whitney, you decide today's the day you're going to learn to skateboard. You're going to skateboard to this game. So let's have you go ahead. You've got your board. You're outside. It's a beautiful day. No one around. You're going to go ahead and just, get on that board and start coasting. Let's have you roll a. Actually, what is your dexterity?
Were we supposed to use standard array or just generally what we
Just
think?
like a 1 to 10.
Yeah,
okay.
what you think your stats are. Oh yeah, I forgot you said 1 to 10.
Oh, I didn't get the 1 to 10 memo. Hold on.
That's okay. This will go pretty quick.
She did a lot of 15s.
No, I did not.
Straight 15s.
So, an
You did
amusing
mine,
anecdote
remember?
while you're adjusting your stats. I had to lower my wisdom score a little bit today. This morning, I couldn't find a pair of pants I needed to look for to go to work.
Yeah, like, that's,
And I was sitting there at work for my lunch, smoking a bowl. And I was like, I wonder where those pants are. I could really use that drill bit that's been in them. I needed it like 3 times this morning. And sure enough, I looked down and guess what? I've been wearing those fucking pants since before I started looking. And I can't blame being stoned because that's what I realized.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
a markdown for
Yeah.
the day.
So I gave myself a 3 for wisdom.
All right. Okay.
Nice. All right. You said dex?
Yep, a dex.
Yep. I put a 4.
4. Okay. So it's wobbly. You step on it, it's very shaky. You're a little scared, but you're determined, and you give a couple kick pushes, coasting down the road here. You come up to your next obstacle. You're not exactly sure how to stop. So let's go ahead and what is your wisdom?
That one's a little higher.
You're a
That one's
teacher.
a 6.
6. Okay. Well, we're starting it off pretty early here. You see a car start to come up on this corner as you're skateboarding, and it's really wobbly. You know in your mind you need to stop because that car will do some damage. So you decide to try and kick off of this board, but as you do so, you slip, you hit your head, everything goes black. So we'll leave it there. It
Didn't
looks
touch
like
my chin when I fell.
nope, you just fell straight back, hit your head, it all went black. Nick and Damien, you both rolled an 11, so to get to this game, you decide to buddy up. A car ride's probably best. Who has the best constitution out of the two of you?
Probably
Yes.
not me.
Yeah.
I put
Pretty
4.
renowned for
so-
taking large amounts of damage.
4, and you took a you
I got a 6 for
6?
Constitution.
Damien decides he'll drive. You guys go ahead, hop in the car, start making your way to this game that you're playing. It's pretty good. Pretty easy drive to start. Nothing too crazy. Out of nowhere, it's like a cloud burst. And you know as well as I do, when a cloud bursts, people's driving patterns change. Some people are way too aggressive, some are way too passive. It gets a little weird. You both are kind of arguing in the car about the right speed, kind of like minding your boundaries. And there is just this dude who is riding your tail.
I brake
what-
check him.
You brake check. Perfect. He slides a little bit. You see him kind of like hydroplane a little, and he settles and he backs up a little bit. And you're like, yeah, fuck you. That's right. So you keep going. It's just continuing to really pour. You kind of forget about the driver. 20 minutes goes by. Rain's not really letting up. Nick, what did you put for your we'll do dexterity.
Is that when I said 7? Because I play guitar. I figured it was like a
7?
little higher than normal. I don't-
Sure. So you get the feeling something's not quite right. Both of you go ahead and roll a d20.
8.
And Damien, what did you get?
You also
I
get
rolled
8?
a 1.
Oh,
A nat 1?
Yep.
Alrighty. So in that case, you start to get the feeling that guy's pissed. He starts to kind of like you now are noticing him on the side, and he's starting to come up. But just as he's getting there, with the nat 1, a lightning bolt strikes your car. And your attention and focus is so much on this asshole that's pulling up beside you. You were not expecting a lightning bolt. It causes you to swerve, and the car tumbles, and it goes black for both of you.
as we're tumbling, I managed to
Sebastian.
shout out and go, "What the hell did you do to piss off Thor?"
Free action, I'll allow that. So it tumbles and goes black.
This is
Sebastian,
why I had you drive.
you are pretty close to the game. You feel like you could easily just take a walk if needed. But you're also incredibly hungry. You only have a couple options here. You can raid the fridge in the house that you're in, or you can walk for food first. But ultimately, you're going to need to get food before joining.
I'll go to the fridge.
All right. So you open the fridge. There's a couple options, mostly Tupperware, mostly leftover. Nothing standing out right away. You grab the closest Tupperware. What is your constitution?
8.
8. Perfect. You open that up and you go, hell no, that's gonna kill me. So you put that back. Yeah, you feel like probably your best option. You know of a pizza place that's about a block away. It's really quick, easy. It's a little more money, but it's worth it. So you're gonna head out the door and you're gonna head to that pizza place. Go ahead and give me a wisdom. What's your wisdom?
6.
6. So you know the area in which this is. It's not like the back of your hand, but you're pretty confident you know where it is. And there, so you decide the quickest way, instead of taking the long way, you're just gonna hop through the alley to get to this pizza place. It's safe, middle of the day. And you feel like, yeah, that'll be quicker. That way I can get to the game faster. So you start heading down this alley. Lo and behold, you hear some rustling behind you. When you look, there is a menacing dog. Did not expect a dog what do you do? It's not attacking, but it's kind of like looking to see what you're gonna do.
Is it like in front of me? It's like stopping my path?
All you heard was some rustles from the trash can. If you look at the dog, it seems to be definitely a mutt, definitely living on the streets, kind of mangy, probably looking for food.
Okay, so it's like on the side or behind me?
It's behind you. Yep.
Okay, I just leave it alone. Kind of
Alright.
just chasing me or nothing, but I'll keep my distance.
Okay. Good. So you're about halfway down the alley when you hear it start growling, and it's definitely paying attention to you. It's not liking that you're leaving, and it starts running. It starts running towards you. What are you gonna do now?
Put out my hand, like for it to sniff me.
Perfect. So you hold out your hand. This dog's coming, but you're unwavering. You know, keep your calm. This dog surely will see you mean it no harm, and it does not. It sees you more as food, and jumps and just kind of like lounges on you, latches onto you, and you're kind of wrestling. Luckily, you've gotten to the edge of the alley, so you're now facing a street before you collapse with the dog's weight and everything goes black. So now you are all officially in the game. So I hope you see now why I just wanted basic stats, because I was going to kill you anyway. So you all awake in a very strange place. At this time, you no longer feel like yourselves. It's definitely strange. Everything's kind of bizarre. So I'm going to put a link in the chat here. If you want to join it, there will be characters for you guys to pick through. And I will explain these characters as you look into them. All right.
Which chat? There.
So I put it on Facebook.
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
I was also going to say we have like 3 at the moment. There's a Zoom, there's a Roll20.
Yeah, sorry. The Facebook chat. All right. So there are, I also will be playing. I will be playing Greg. He is the youngest of the bunch. He's actually a very charismatic cleric. So I will go ahead and claim him. There are a couple others for you to pick from. Is everyone in? Can we all see the characters?
Yeah.
Cool.
I want to be Beatrice.
So Beatrice, yes, she plays a lot more like a druid. Not necessarily the most combat oriented, but is very much so there to help figure out what's going on. We have Wirt. He plays more
Wirt.
like a bard.
I'm Wirt.
He'll be Wirt. All right. Awesome. So we have Christopher and Klaus. Christopher is a fighter through and through. He is the woodsman. He knows the woods and is very, very oriented, very much ready to face anything that comes at him. Klaus is a highwayman, so he's very shifty, very, very shady, plays a lot more like a rogue.
I'll do Christopher, the father.
All right.
And then I'll be Klaus.
Perfect. All right. So, have any of you seen Over the Garden Wall, just by chance?
Seen what?
you? Over the Garden Wall?
You know what? It's been a long time, but I'm pretty sure I have.
Fantastic, because that's what this whole thing is based off of. It's one of my favorite shows ever, and I've always seen it as something that could be really fun in D&D. So this is kind of my take on that, and it's going to be a blast. So now that we have our characters, go ahead and look through them. You're all level 3. It's going to be very, very simple, but you will use this character sheet. For roles, strength, dexterity, con, you can just click it. I've already made the modifiers the way they should be. And you should all have actions and spells. But again, nothing too crazy. It's all pretty straightforward. It got a little weird because I had to give, I think it's Beatrice, I had to give you a something. I had to give you something of the desert or it wouldn't let me move forward.
Okay.
So it's fine. I made it work, but you have like 1 or 2 extra things that
I don't actually have.
yeah. Like I
Okay.
don't know. Let's see.
So I'm a bird.
Yeah, you're essentially a bird. Um
Can you describe this bird?
Yeah, so I think now would be a good time, now that we've got everything. Let's go ahead and open up the world a little bit.
I noticed that there like are some skills missing, kind of thing.
Yep, no skills. It's pretty much just attacks. Spells, I think for you, let me just double check.
Yeah, I have a few. I don't have a bard college.
Yeah, I
Okay.
left that out. None of
Okay.
that for you.
Okay, sure. Just
So
making
yeah,
sure.
let me, I don't know why it's not letting me. Want to do that?
I, Beatrice the bird, am proficient with a club, a dagger, a dart, javelin, mace, quarterstaff, scimitar, sickle, sling, and spear.
It's pretty impressive.
But
Um,
they're all like this big. They're like action figure size.
yeah, so if you'll notice on yours specifically,
Heck.
yeah, I you have peck. So
It's like
I
a
think I
Pokemon.
already messed up, which is really good. I can no longer mess with the, oh, okay. Well, I got one of them. I'm trying to pull all of the characters, tokens out for some reason.
General munchies.
So if you click the at the very top where you've got all of your visual assets, you should, if you've made them into a folder, you can open just that folder and then kind of pull all of them out instead of having to do it individually.
So I have them on the map, but they were hidden, and now I can't unhide them, as it were.
They're probably on a layer that only you can see. Perhaps the DM layer, or you need to put them onto the player
Map
layer, or the
layer.
token layer, rather.
Yeah,
Let's see.
token layer, you're right. There's a little learning curve with Roll20. It's okay.
Let's see.
So I did get snacks, but I brought enough for everyone. Would anyone like a pack of fruit gushers? Anybody?
I hate you so much right now. Yes, I want gushers.
I got enough to share.
Shut up.
All right.
In the most
Well,
loving way possible. Shut up. I want gushers so bad now. Why'd you have to show them to me? Stop it. You're evil.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, we'll just do it this way. They're going to be there hidden, but that's okay. So we've got the rogue. We've got Wirt the bard.
I'm gonna say, woo, I'm tiny.
Getting there. We've got Beatrice, the bird. who's really tiny. Okay. Not quite that big. Yeah, that'll work. We've got Christopher the Woodsman. And all right. Are you all able to see these characters?
Yeah.
All right. Now, can you move your respective characters?
No.
No.
Okay, how do I do that?
So right click each respective token. And then I think at the bottom of that sort of menu, there's a controlled by tab.
It should be a double click instead of a right
Double
click.
click. Okay.
Oh, gotcha. Controlled by. Okay, so got it. Next. Okay. And where'd you go? Controlled by. What is? Oh, just Nick.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you move them now?
You might take a little refresh of the page.
Yeah, I can move mine.
Okay.
Yes,
cool.
I can.
I'm gonna refresh it really quick. All right.
Yeah, I got mine too now.
So you wake up in this strange place. So Sebastian, you are a grizzled, very strong, old, burly man. You get the feeling that you've been here a very long time. It's all very confusing to you, but the air to you seems very crisp, very normal. We have Nick. You are a teenage heart-throbbing, lamenting soul poet. You were on your way to deliver a tape to your girlfriend before this whole game was going to happen. And you've awoken in this, it looks like to be a pumpkin patch of some sort with your brother, Greg, who will be me, your younger brother, who is adventurous and very, very opposite you. You're more the bleeding heart, whereas Greg just sees the world for what it is and is very much a kid. Damien, you definitely had the weirdest transformation happen within your car crash. You remember hearing songbirds, and when you awake, you stretch out of this pumpkin patch to see that you actually have wings. And you're a pretty decent sized blue bird. But it's definitely different. You're pretty stoked. You can fly. You can talk. They understand you, which is very, very weird.
Tweet, mother suckers.
Yeah, and everyone understands. You said tweet, mother suckers. You didn't tweet, so that was weird. Good job. And let's see here, Whitney. You're very slinky. You're a very interesting character. You're kind of quiet. You're very observant. You get the feeling you've been on the wrong side of wherever it is you've been. A lot of people may see you as untrustworthy, but ultimately you've kind of come into this body as a highwayman, as someone that patrols the roads, knows the roads, and is cutthroat if need be. You awake, you're very confused as to what the heck is going on. And as you're kind of getting used to your new bodies, you are approached by what appears to be a man in a costume. Let's see, get him the right size. He approaches. And he's just watching. He's not saying a word.
That's one heck of a costume, bud. What are you supposed to be? Does he say anything back?
Hey. He kind of looks at the group. Well, hi. You're quite early to the festival, I imagine. What are you all doing here?
Is that a real pumpkin on your head?
This has to be a joke. Did Mary Ann put you up to this? What are you doing? You are way too early for the festival.
We're just as confused as you are, man.
And as you're talking, another person in costume comes up. Gosh, if I could get this to work. I had it all planned. They were all nice, and now I can't grab them. She's a little, she's normal sized. She comes up next to him. Oh, heavens. They're way too early for the festival. I know, I was just telling them that. There's no way that they won't be able to fit. This just simply won't do. What are you doing here? I'm so confused. You said you don't know why you're here either?
Not a clue, man.
Tweet.
So they'll kind of look it up. Well, I think it's best for everyone if you come to see Enoch. I think Enoch will know what to do. So, with that said, these two lovely pumpkin people lead you just a little ways. Whoop. down a pumpkin patch. The setting for you is very, very bright. It's festive. It feels foreign, but not scary. Just a pumpkin patch, really. And they lead you to quite the crowd. There's some music being played. It looks like it's a jolly good time. And there's just a big crowd of these people in these costumes. And they all kind of stop what they're doing and stare. And you just hear murmurs. They're way too early for the festival. They're way too early. And as all of this is going on, you hear some rustling. And from what seems to be directly within these pumpkin people, sprouts a giant pumpkin-esque creature that kind of, you see like twines and yarns fly up into the air as this gigantic looming jack-o'-lantern-esque creature stares down at you. And he doesn't say much. He looks very intimidating. He's huge. But no one's like freaking out. They're all just really confused. And he lends down one of his yarns almost to offer a welcome. Now, children, you're way too early for this harvest. Tell me, do you have any idea where you are?
No. Not a clue.
And he'll glance over to the woodsman of the group, Christopher. That's a mighty nice axe, Christopher. Do you remember where you are?
Shake my head no.
And his giant looming head kind of slinks back and disappears within the crowd of pumpkins. He's gone for a second, and then he comes back. My, happens every year. You're much too early for this harvest. I'm afraid you won't be able to join this festival. I regret to inform you, this land is not your own. It appears you may have met with some misfortunate events from where you are. I'd like to offer my condolences and to let you know you'll join me someday, but today is not the day, and I want to wish you on your way. And as there is some puzzled looks and nothing really happening, well, don't you know what you need to do?
I don't know what we did to get here. I'm not real sure what we're supposed to do to get anywhere else.
So he lets out a booming laugh. You really aren't from here. You
No.
see, you are in the unknown. Welcome. It's nice here. But instead of putting you to manual labor, I will send you on your way. To get back to your land, you're gonna need 3 things. You will need snipping scissors to cut your way from the web of this place. You will need a blissful piece of candy to remind you of what it is you have lost. And lastly, and he slinks very close to you all and is very intimidating. It's just this gigantic pumpkin looming over you. You're gonna need a black turtle. The black turtle comes from one place and one place only, and that is the beast. I stay as far away from the beast as possible here with my pumpkins. I just till the land and gather the crops and create the harvest. So you'll join me again one day. I will let you know, and he'll kind of raise like a yarny hand and he'll point. If you go straight this way through our gentle town of Pottsville, you will find the first task. I would start with the sewing sister. Her name is Adelaide, and she has the snipping scissors that will untangle this bind that you seem to be in. I wish you luck, and if there's anything I can do, please come visit. And the music kind of starts to come back, and you see the pumpkin people start dancing around. As you do, you're kind of taking in the sight. One of the pumpkins trips, and his pumpkin head splits open to reveal just a skeleton. And he hops back up. The skeleton pops up, and another pumpkin-headed creature comes and pops another head on him, and he continues to just dance along and enjoy the harvest, the party that has just started. As you're talking, more pumpkin-headed creatures are rising kind of around you in this pumpkin patch, and they're just joining in this big festivity that is taking place. And so what you've gathered is that you're in kind of an unknown area. This is definitely not your world. You'll need 3 things to get your way out of this world and back into yours, or else it's time for you to join the harvest. So he does point you on a way. Let me go ahead and put the map down. Are we able to see the map?
I don't know about any of you guys, but this whole place is creeping me the hell out. This is dancing skeletons. Something about that ain't right. Anyone else? You guys fine with it? That's cool. All right. Just me
Yeah,
then.
I've seen a lot of things on the highway. Nothing like this.
Different strokes, different blokes. Pelicans vomit out their stomach. Skeletons like to put on pumpkins and dance around, you know. I'm a judge. I eat a worm.
Great. Greg will pop up as well. Well, I think they're really cool. He was super awesome. I smashed a pumpkin and he didn't even care.
Greg,
Um,
Greg, come on, man.
what? I was just having fun. I don't know.
It was that guy's head.
Well, he got a new one. It's okay. So
I guess you're right.
you kind of overtake the land before you. Let me get your characters. It's gonna be. That's fine. He was pretty vague on which way to go, but he did at least let you know that there are 3 things you're going to need to get back, and that the first thing you should do is find the seamstress sister Adelaide. So from here, what would you guys like to do?
And I'll say this out loud to the rest of the group. Big pumpkin-headed guy, hella creepy. Should we do that? I feel like scissor person, seamstress lady might not be good either.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page as you. This whole place feels really weird. But he did say he wants to help us get home. That sounds really nice. That sounds way better than this place.
Well, yeah, true.
I say we find out. Maybe we see if this seamstress is
Okay.
cool.
One time hardly establishes a pattern. If this person is also creepy, we might be onto something. And then if the third one is also creepy, maybe we should not do that. But okay, where is this Adelaide?
You got me there. Can you maybe like get a better view? Can you like fly up maybe and
Yeah.
Hey, DM, would I know the land since I'm a woodsman?
You could definitely roll for it. Go ahead and give me a do a history check. Your stats should be aligned.
I got an 11.
It's kind of coming back to you. It's definitely a little, you're just weirded out. You're still unsure of anything. The one thing that you do know is based on the lay of the land, there is this, what appears to be destroyed house in front of you. You get a feeling maybe in there will give you a little bit more clues as to where you are, what you're doing.
I'm going to start walking to it without saying anything. I'm walking through like around the people.
Greg perks up. He was just like blowing his cheeks, and then he, without saying anything, he just kind of like, oh, and starts coming with you.
whoa, Greg, where are you going? Hey, come back here, man. And I'll follow Greg.
Okay.
I definitely am watching and just observing, but I kind of stay back a little. I come a little closer, follow them, but I keep my distance so I can keep an eye on everybody.
Okay. And Beatrice, what are you doing?
I am flying in the general vicinity of the group, dive bombing any good looking insects I find.
Cool. All right. So as the group kind of moseys over, there is this kind of rundown house. It doesn't appear that there was any struggle. It looks to just be old. Everything here, you don't get the feeling electricity is a thing yet. It's very, very olden times. Even the clothes that the pumpkin people were wearing definitely seem to be older. So as you look in this house, if you want to give me some investigation checks, tell me what it is you're kind of looking into or for, I'll let you know if you find anything.
Can I try and find something that might mean that somebody was here recently, like maybe a campfire or like some leftover I don't know.
Yeah.
Not very good with investigation here, but ooh, 19.
19. So with that, it does appear that someone was here fairly recently. What you can tell is there's certain areas of this rundown place that have like dust on top of it, dirt on top of it. There are other places where it looks like it's been wiped clean. It kind of looks like there may have been a small camp or maybe like a smaller creature that was here at some point. But you're not getting any telltale signs of anything right off the bat.
Big Pumpkin Man said we needed snippy scissors. Can I look around for some scissors? He also mentioned a seamstress, so I'm looking for scissors, thread, or just anything shiny.
Sure. Go ahead and roll an investigation.
12.
You think you notice something shiny, but you're kind of up ahead. So when you dive in to look, it turns out it was just a boring old piece of glass that has been just hidden in the sand. As you're disappointed, you do see what appears to be like a string, like a sewing string that's kind of hanging on a loose branch. Or branch, like a broken piece of this house. So looking at it a little bit closer, it's very, very fine sewing yarn or thread. Not a lot of it, but it's definitely there. And it's kind of around your height. It's very small. So as you're looking there, you notice a couple pieces of paper around as well. And that's about it. Anyone else want to look for anything? Okay. So as Greg is walking around, he's just being a kid. He's climbing up on these pieces of wood and jumping off and just kind of like playing around. And he, let's see, actually, with an 18, he trips and breaks on this piece of wood and kind of falls flat right in front of the papers and the bird that is now sitting here. And he just face plants into the dirt, just a little bit off from the glass. So he's okay. But as he's kind of clearing his eyes, he looks a little bit closer at the paper, and it appears to be a map. He'll kind of hold it up. Well, what is this?
What is that? Let me see that.
No, come get it.
Oh. I'll go chase after him if I have to. I'm like, no, you come here. Give me that.
You eventually are able to wrestle it from your younger brother's hands, and the map is pretty well drawn out. So it does appear from where you are, the top path, it kind of splits. The left path seems to be the way to Adelaide. You recognize the name as Adelaide, the seamstress. The path to right next to it appears, it doesn't really have a name or description. It just says that it is a schoolyard. You came from kind of this bottom. There is another path that kind of branches off there, south, like straight south. That is, it says town, and then it kind of has that scribbled off, and it says, yeah, that's about it. It just says town, and it's kind of been scribbled off a little bit. The last path that you have available has a giant red X in what appears to be blood.
So it looks like there's some hard do and don'ts here on this map. I don't like that town is scratched off. It feels like it used to be a town. And then this sticky red X makes me really uncomfortable. So one of the
I'll
least
taste it,
creepiest
right?
places.
That's blood.
Oh, great. Goody. Thanks for doing that for me.
Whoa, well,
good blood?
it could be raspberry jelly.
No,
Greg will pipe up.
not
Somebody
kidding.
taste
blood.
it.
I just did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was gross. Even though you're a bird, I guess it's fine. I don't know. The least creepiest thing on this map looks like to be the seamstress. So maybe if we go check her out first, unless you guys want to rule anything else out, go see what
Yeah,
the
that's what
bloody
that
X is
big
about.
pumpkin said.
It is. Maybe I could look at the map too, just since I travel often. Maybe something will
Yeah,
stand out to me.
take a look and give me a do history. Any luck? A 2.
I got a 2.
You kind of scratch your 9 o'clock shadow, grumble behind your yellow teeth. Give an insight as well.
$21.
You feel very confident that that is blood on that map, and that is not the way you want to go. Other than that, that's about it. With your insight, you get some pretty strong intuition that that pumpkin was very, very scary, even to you, a very hardened highwayman. If he meant harm, he probably would have done something to you right then and there.
So yeah, guys, I think we should follow the Pumpkin Man's lead and go the way he said to the scissor
The seamstress.
Yes.
lady.
Snippy scissors.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go see her. And Greg will begin to make his way up this path. He crosses a well without thinking too terribly much of it.
Can I take a look down the well?
Yeah,
See-
go ahead
check
and
that.
roll. Just give me a base D20 roll.
That was a little too vigorous. Okay. 12.
There appears to be something down there. It's hard to tell. It's very dark. I mean, it goes way down there, but you can kind of see the bucket kind of floating there, and within the bucket appears to be something.
Can I pull it up? The bucket's on a rope, right?
Yes, the rope has split, so it's very, very thin. It's hanging on by a couple threads. When you try, it snaps.
Well, that was disappointing. Anybody got some light? Anybody able to shine something down here? Or I know, Greg, climb down this rope real quick. I'm kidding. I totally won't let him do it.
Let's see.
Oh, does he try anyway? No.
He gets excited. He's all for it, but you stop him before he plunges down this well.
Okay. I was kidding, man. I'm sorry. It It was a good idea for a second, and then I realized it wouldn't be.
I would have enjoyed it, and he's just looking. Whoa, there's something shiny down there.
Can I go fly down and get the shiny thing?
You certainly can try. Let's do a acrobatics.
15.
15's pretty good. Yeah, you can go ahead and fly down there. As you're flying down, it's starting to get really dark and dark and dark, but you finally hit the bucket that is down there, and within it appears to be a talisman of some sort. It's just a small trinket on like a silver chain. Do you want to snag that?
No, snatch that and bring it back up.
All right, rolling. No, I'm just kidding. So you bring it up in the light. It is a very fancy silver necklace. And if anyone wants to take a better look at it, there's a couple of you that might know a little bit more about it. So anyone that wants to try, give an investigation.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Oh, 9.
15. Okay. Perfect. I'll have. I got an 8. All right. So is it just Wirt and Klaus that rolled for it?
I think so.
Yes. Yeah, I'll take a first look at it then. I rolled a 15.
15. You recognize this as being part of the Quincy Endicott family. They're a very wealthy family in the land. It's a very, very nice necklace, probably meant for protection against dark things. It seems to have kind of that feeling to it. You believe wearing it would probably make you feel a little bit better about where you're at.
Okay.
You should give it to the kid.
Mm. That would be nice of me. Am I a nice person though?
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'm gonna keep it instead.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'll just hold on to this for now.
Cool. So as the highwayman takes a look at it, holds it up a bit, he clasps it, and that is the end of that as Greg continues along his childish ways down the path.
Okay, I'm staying like right in tow with Greg.
What was that? You broke up just a little bit.
I'm staying right in tow with my brother.
Cool.
Just kind of sticking kind of close behind.
Alrighty. Is everyone following?
Yes. We're going left, correct?
Yeah, that top. Yep, exactly.
I'm perched on someone's head. It changes every couple of minutes as I get bored and like see something and then I come back.
All right. So you guys are on this path. The days here seem a little strange as well. It's when you first arrived, you weren't sure if it was sunset or sunrise. The colors were really golden. And as you continue on, it's not really changing. It's very dismal. You can't tell if it's the middle of the day or it's just a very weird atmosphere. Go ahead and give me, I want everyone to give me a, let's do a perception.
18.
10,
I got a 13.
13. So as we're walking around,
22.
a 22
It's flying around as a bird and being able to see all this shit.
being a dang bird.
Bird's eye view.
So as we're flying around, walking down this path, you see something kind of hidden or overtaken by the forest. So there's a big tree kind of off to the side of the path, and it appears to be something stuck in the bramble or twigs of this tree. Do you want to check it out?
Yes.
So as you swoop in, Greg also notices the bird and points. So now everyone is very aware that you are checking something out. You get closer and it appears to be a doll, very creepy doll. It's a little bit, actually it's around your size. And it's dirty, it's ripped. One of the eyes is a little loose. It's a button eye that is just really loose, and it looks to have been stuck here.
I will snag it and then drop it on one of the party members.
Which one?
I feel like it like rolling like a D4 or something to choose, because I'm really not choosing. It's just like, oh, there's a group of people bombs away.
I like that idea. All right, so as you rip it from the clasps of this tree, you pull it up and it's really creepy, like its little doll arms kind of flap back, and you give a couple good gusts and you just kind of throw it at the party, and it goes flying towards Wirt, where it's this creepy doll is just inbound coming towards you.
I back the hell up. I'm like,
And
nope.
Heads up.
And it's kind of startling. What's really creepy about it, you get out of the way, but its little doll hand just happens to land right on your foot, and you could have sworn you felt this doll grab your foot for just half a second.
Nope.
Then it's a doll. Greg instinctively goes up and picks it up. And it's just a doll. He's shaking it around. Yep, just a doll. Really creepy, but he's just gonna carry it along. Can I keep it?
I really wish you wouldn't, but I can't really stop you. Yeah, don't.
So he'll turn around to the two more grisly looking characters. Can I keep it? Can I keep it?
I think that's a bad idea, kid.
Aw. Well,
Told you
can
so.
we cut it up then?
What is wrong with you? We've talked about this. You can't just destroy the toys that you don't want. Like, come on, man.
You're no fun. And he'll throw it back to the ground. And the doll just kind of goes limp and lays as you continue on. Let me switch.
It didn't matter how many times you said it's just a doll. It still felt creepy.
It's just a doll.
Not feeling better about it.
So after quite some time of walking, the path is very nice. There's nothing weird about the path, just kind of down into the forest. Let's see. Let's try this one. Well, get the music, set the mood a little bit. Finally, the forest begins to really enclose. These are not lush green pine trees. These are all dead, thick woods. Lots of autumn colors, but it's definitely feeling creepy. And it's just really enclosing. Like it's definitely a path now. And the day, or what you thought was day, is slowly turning to what you believe to be night when you finally arrive at a shack in the middle of the woods. Just a shack.
Hey, DM, can I have kind of kept looking over my shoulder as we go along to kind of look for that doll, make sure it's not like following us kind of thing?
Give me a, let's do another investigation.
Or like the worst stat. You shitting me. Oh, it's a +1, not a -1. I rolled a 2. For a second, I was like, I rolled a 0.
I got a 2 as well. So it's creepy. You're weirded out, but I mean, you watched it when you walked away for quite some time. You kept your eyes on that doll and it did not move. Nothing weird about it. So it's in the back of your mind, but you don't see any signs of a creepy doll.
Okay, cool.
So let me get you guys put on here. Beatrice. And what am I missing there? Highwayman. All right. So you all come to this creepy shack. It's pretty well built. It doesn't have, it's not like, you can't see in through, like, there's no holes or anything. It's a very well built shack. And it appears that there's a little bit of light coming through the front door. But that is where you're at.
Someone should check that out. Birds don't belong in houses.
Is there any windows?
From where you're at currently, you don't see any windows.
And there's light coming from the bottom, you said?
From the front door, yes.
Yeah. If there's light coming through, I'm gonna kind of think that there's a big enough opening, like a crack, that I can maybe go down to my knees and look underneath. Can I try?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me, so you're gonna walk up to the actual door and
Yes.
try to crack the door a little bit?
No, I'm gonna look underneath it.
Oh, okay.
If there's light coming from underneath, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so go ahead and give me a, we'll do, it just so happens it's another investigation.
Okay. I got a 9.
So you glance under the door. What you see is there's a lot of clutter to the side. And it looks to be the light is from a fire. This fire is kind of billowing, crackling. You can hear the crackling. You don't necessarily see anything or anyone, but it definitely, you see some clutter and you hear the crackling of a fire.
I'll walk back to the group and I'll tell them that I don't see anything, but I do see fire and I don't hear anything else either. And I'll walk back to my group.
Can I go up to the door and just kind of look around for any traps or anything suspicious looking around the door itself?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead and give me a, actually give me a history.
13.
13.
I
So
just want
you-
to say real quick, I appreciate that none of the checks you've made us do so far are perception. You've been specifically not using perception. I like that.
I feel like perception is used a lot. So, so as your hand's going over it, with a history check, you've definitely seen this wood before. You almost feel like it was on a stagecoach that you and your men ransacked years ago, kind of from the same cut of tree. You're not really getting anything that strikes you as weird. It's about this time, as it's quiet and you're investigating, Greg sneezes very loudly, and you see so hard, like his little hat kind of falls, and he snots himself, and he's like just a mess. He's trying to clean himself up.
I'm gonna cuss internally. Fucking kid.
Yeah, so you see him, he just like wipes his snot, he wipes it on the ground.
You don't say
And he's like-
anything, but I like still hear it, like fourth wall kind of hear it, and I'm just like, I know. I saw like the body posture when you said something about him, and I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, man.
Oh, I said it internally, so nobody
Oh,
heard it. It was
oh,
like
totally,
between
but
my
I
thoughts.
could feel it.
feeling.
I could
Yeah.
feel it. Like I kind of knew that
I
there was a
definitely
reaction.
like dropped my head, like that. Yeah.
It's about this time that you hear some noise come from inside, and you hear footsteps slowly approaching the door that you guys are at. Got 4 seconds. They're growing louder and louder.
I'm gonna back up away from the door a little, since I was just right up on it.
I'm like a bird in the headlights. I'm just
I'm gonna knock on the door just so that it's less
Oh.
conspicuous. Might as well.
The footsteps stop and it goes silent for a moment. Who's there?
My name's Wirt, and I'm with some friends. But we're all here, and my brother. We don't know how, but we are.
What are you doing here? Why would you bug me? I purposely live out here in the middle of nowhere to stop people from bugging me. All I want to do is so.
Well, that's the thing. Some big pumpkin-headed dude with noodly arms told us to come find a seamstress because we needed scissors.
snippy scissors.
Enoch sent you. And you hear it go quiet for a moment. And you hear a very peculiar cackle as it sounds like she moves away from the door for a moment. And then she says, well, from afar, you can hear it through just the house itself. If you want these scissors, you will have to come and get them yourselves, but I might be willing to part with them. It has been quite some time, and you hear the sound of scissors, which is pretty crazy because you wouldn't necessarily hear that sound. So it's either really big scissors or something magical about the way that she's snipping these scissors. Come on in.
I'm gonna come in.
All right. Knocking down the door.
Yep.
All right. So it's at about this point that things take a weird turn. So as you enter the door, what the group sees is you go in and nothing else. Who's joining him? Thank you.
I
Oh.
guess I would too.
Craig's
and I'll-
going, of course. He
yeah,
jumps in.
I'll make sure Greg's behind me though. Like I'll make sure that I'm standing in front of him kind of defensively. So like I'll probably
Okay.
maybe go in first if I have to like chase him in or something like that.
And It is silent for the two of you outside. There
I'll-
hasn't been really anything.
Hmm. As it like it's quiet, and how long is it pretty quick that
It's been
or
about
short amount of time that they've
half
been
a
in there?
minute. Yeah.
Okay. Like I feel like I'm debating. Like I don't feel a lot of like loyalty to these people, but I also want to get home. So, I'm just thinking through what I need to do before acting. And so I'm just kind of waiting for maybe like a little nudge to send
And
me
you
in there.
feel it as I land on your shoulder and like peck at the ear, like, come on, let's go.
Okay. That'll be my sign. I'll go in.
So you go in, and what was this little shack has changed. So let me set this up really quick.
I don't know if you guys remember earlier, I rolled a die and dropped it.
We'll go into buildings.
Oh, my connection broke out there.
We heard you.
Oh, for sure. I dropped a die earlier and it landed on one. I just now
Oh.
realized that.
It's a good thing then. Okay. So let me see here.
Who's this guy?
Yeah, Nick, just assume that you are audio only. I think you're trying to show us something, but you just keep freezing in interesting and low res poses. So we can hear you. Just try not to make a funny face because you'll be stuck with it for quite a while.
It's really funny. I started to try and think of a funny face to make.
Okay.
You're actually stuck thinking right now. It's a pondering face. Yeah.
Well, I don't know how I managed to mess that up, so give me 1 second. We're just gonna recreate that really quick.
maybe that'll help.
That was your picture at the end of the amusement ride,
Yeah.
at the end of the haunted house.
All right.
Oh man.
Okay. Moving you guys in. Give me 1 second.
What's funny is because I'm recording on this computer, I don't know if it'll freeze the same as it
I
did
hope
for
it
you
does.
guys. I kind of hope it does too, to help with the authenticity of the experience.
Yes, that'd be perfect.
So, move you over. You all walk through the cabin door, and it immediately changes as soon as you're inside to a giant. I mean, as soon as you step in, it's like this place magically has expanded into.
Hey, it's bigger on the
Just-
inside.
Yeah,
It's a
just
TARDIS.
it's huge, yes, except creepy, and it's a toy shop. You see parts of dolls and string and stuff just kind of all over the place. The woman that you heard is nowhere to be found. It's pretty dark. The only thing you see is a couple. It looks like these are like 10 feet tall, sort of like bookshelves, but they're holding toys and trinkets. In front of you, you see a doll.
I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I want to grab Gregory by the shoulder and keep him close.
Okay.
I'm like, I know you want to. I kind of want to, but don't fucking touch anything. Unless we know for sure we need to. Just don't, man.
Okay. I'm actually kind of scared, so that's fine.
Can I light my torch?
Yes.
Okay.
As you light your torch, it doesn't help as much as you had hoped, but you can definitely see a bit more in front of you. Really, you're just seeing, it's pretty dark, but you can see these long bookshelf-esque, kind of like grocery store almost aisles. And they're just filled with toys and pieces of dolls and parts. And then right down there in front of you is a doll very, very similar to the one you saw getting here.
Is it the same doll?
Do you want to go up and check?
No, but I will.
Okay. Let's see. Let me get your characters set here. Beverly.
Do you want me to do your investigation or anything?
Yes, give me 1 second. I'm just getting the characters so you can all move them. Why? Oh, because I already selected it. Cool. Yeah, so as you go up, give me a let's see. You definitely saw everything about that doll. So let's give another investigation. That's my favorite one today.
12. Not terrible.
Yeah, you're pretty sure this is that doll. And just as you say that, or just as you're kind of looking at it, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh no. As I'm like leaning down to look at it though, I want to tell the doll, I knew it.
You want to what? You broke out.
I want to say to the doll, I knew it.
It gives like a very creepy Polly Pocket laugh at you as initiative starts.
So- I got a natural 1 for a total of 4. I like to imagine like as the camera pans around the shelves, there's like wooden duck, Beatrice. There's like those little like things that dip into the water, and then there's Beatrice.
It's like
I'm just screwing around with the bird toys. Oh, we're doing something? Oh, okay. Give me a second.
fair enough.
I'm chatting up a really handsome, yeah, I'm a female. I'm chatting up a really handsome, like mallard duck. You come
Right
here?
on. Yeah. All right. What did everyone else get?
I got a 7.
I got an 11.
Whew,
I got 18.
18.
So I guess I go probably first, and I do tell the doll, fuck you.
Knew
I
it.
fucking knew it.
All right. Let me roll for them. And then polar. All right. So to start it off, yep, as soon as you start to get close, you realize this doll is that doll and it pops up to life. You tell it, you knew it, and this thing just looks like demonic as all hell. It's just creepy and you just want to kick it. Greg actually got first and he is pretty scared. He's kind of just hiding at the moment. He's kind of backing up into this corner. There was one ahead. Actually, no, with an 18, you're next. Right now, all you see is this doll. The light is pretty much in like a 20-foot circle around you. It gets pretty dark everywhere else.
Groovy. So I assume I have a dagger or something, or am I?
Yeah, so I think on your character, you have your lamenting soul that
Yes.
you can use.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a torturous cry from a broody teen sure to do some damage. You can most certainly use that.
Oh, okay. It's almost like it's not a dagger. It's like a
It's
thunder wave kind of
You.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, ha! Okay. Sure. So like after the thing pops up, I just fucking like scream at it like a little girl out of nowhere. And
All
hopefully
right.
fucking hit it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
18.
18, that will hit. Try to get some.
Nice. And max
We have
damage.
battle music.
Yeah, there should be a tab for battle music. Or like a little
Uh,
folder.
Chill. City, background, forest, epic.
Yeah, it'll
We're
be
gonna
below that.
go.
It'll be down towards the bottom.
Oh, yeah, check that
There's a
out.
whole folder.
Cool. There we go. All right.
I feel like we need some role play on this battle cry scream.
Yeah,
that you-
definitely. I mean, it is your lamenting soul after
Oh
all.
my
Yes.
god. So it's literally just like leaning into the doll and it's like, I fucking knew. Ah!
For max damage, how much was it?
8. I rolled a 4 and it's +4.
Nice, so 8 damage.
That actually hurt my throat a little bit. I do have to just say something while it's still my turn, and this is meta, but it's just fucking hilarious. So my strength score is a -1, and my unarmed strike would do 1 plus my strength score. So if I go for an unarmed strength, I literally do 0 damage.
Just
did
go
it with
limp wrist
Everly.
and slap. No,
I did that with Everly once.
stop.
You're not a lover, or you're
It's
not a
beautiful.
fighter.
Yeah. Well, and it's like there's no roll for damage. It's literally just 0. There's no way for it to be more than 0, because an unarmed strike is my strength
Bam.
modifier +1, which is -1.
I didn't mean for that to happen, but that's hilarious, and I'm glad it did. So you shriek at this doll, and it's almost like you scare the doll out of its creepiness. It like really is taken aback, and it almost like loses control of its leg for a second, and it's just kind of like looking at you.
Do I still get a bardic inspiration? Can I dole one of those out on a bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay. Between I'm gonna ask the DM this one because I'm not sure your characters. Between Christopher and Klaus, who's gonna be like the bigger, stronger type? I'm guessing Christopher because he's the fighter.
Yep.
Okay.
Christopher's gonna be the one that gets in there and is hacking up dolls, whereas
Okay.
Klaus is more sneaking around, getting those sneaky stabs in.
Okay. Then yeah, I throw a bonus or a inspiration to Christopher, and I'm just like, kill it with fire, kill it.
Okay.
Which that
So
is
the
a
doll-
D6, by the way, right now.
The doll kind of like fritzes out for a second, and it's taken aback by your shriek. Loses control of its leg, is having kind of a hard time catching its balance, when out of nowhere, from kind of the darkness, up on top of a bookshelf a ways away, you hear some scurrying, followed by a small children's laugh, and then nothing, and then nothing. It's just dark, quiet. You hear some scurrying, and that's about it. Greg rolled. So there's one more. From around the corner comes yet another creepy doll, and it's very creepily, like it's put its little doll hands on the side of the shelf and is just kind of staring around the corner, creepy doll status at you guys. And then it is Christopher's turn.
So the doll that I think I can only see this most likely. if I was in Christopher's shoes. So I'm gonna run up to it and kind of like punt it with my my torch, going up, swinging up.
Nice.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if I can get anything for it, but like I don't know if there's any fire damage that I can do with that.
Sure.
With a melee hit.
Let's do, so you're essentially kind of doing the unarmed strike, but with a torch.
That's
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely give that to you. Go ahead and roll for it.
Hell yeah. I got 22.
That's a definite hit.
Yes.
So with the fire damage, go ahead and roll your,
Damage on it.
actually, yeah, so it's only 5. Go ahead and roll a additional D6.
3, so 8.
8. Nice. Yeah, you are not scared of no doll, and you go up and you just whack this doll across the head with
Hell yeah.
a pretty mighty blow. Your torch, it hits for 8, and it lifts and like flies a pretty good ways. Like you almost weren't expecting it so far that it goes out of your torch line of sight. And kind of, it would disappear into the shadows if it had not caught a little bit of fire. So you can see just like it's crackling a little bit. It's almost like the dying of a fire. It's got that little glow to it, and it is prone.
Perfect.
Anything else you'd like to do?
That would be it.
Good move. Screw that doll. Okay. So from another rafter, you hear some more scurrying. This one comes from behind you. Get on the rafter. And that is a nat 20 for it. So you hear a very demonic, creepy doll screech. No idea what that would sound like, but I'm sure you have an idea. And out of nowhere, you see just this like really thick, it looks like yarn maybe, and it's just a lot of it that comes flying from the darkness up above on one of these shelves, and this yarn just starts wrapping up Christopher. So it's just slowly like really wrapping you tight and bounding you. So for next turn, you will be grappled. And then 3, let's see. From where the tendering doll, the kinder of this doll is, another one comes full-fledged out of the darkness, and it's coming straight at you, Wirt. And it is going to... It's going to giggle in your direction. Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Seven.
It's not gonna cut it. You're freaked out.
Oh.
You got so excited and relieved. You watched Christopher just launch this doll into the nothingness. But as soon as it landed, this other one is just coming full-fledged. It's super creepy. It's really small, and it's just giggling and laughing maniacally as it's getting closer to you. You're gonna take 6 points of psychic damage as it's just so creepy. You can't even.
Ouch.
Let's see.
Although I actually imagine in Wirt's shoes, it probably is more like a whimper.
Yeah, just and we are now at, let's Let's see. It is now Klaus's turn.
Okay, so when Christopher flung the little doll, like I kind of followed it with my sight, and then it's burning just a little bit, right? Like we can kind of see
Correct.
where it's at. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to take my movement and like dash over to where it's at, and I see it as kind of like a baseball slide because it's a doll, so it's really low. So I need to get down, like, on the ground. And then I'm going to take my stabby stab dagger and attack it.
Very nice. That is awesome. And I'll give you, let's give you advantage first so you can roll 2 d20s.
Okay. Do I roll them separately? Okay, so a 19 and an 11.
Perfect. So with a 19, you definitely hit. You're sliding in. This doll is kind of crackling and it's like just squirming uncomfortably. So let's also give you, go ahead and roll. I'll give you 2d4s plus 4 to hit it.
Okay, so I rolled a 4, and then plus 4 be 8.
8? All
Mhm.
right. So that was 2d4s plus 4?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you come sliding in, and this thing is not prepared at all. It's really taken aback as you just like literally de-stuff it. As you're sliding, it just rips right up the middle of this doll and breaks into this disgusting concoction of yarn and goo. And it's a little bit on fire. Now that it's opened up, the fire is actually taking a little bit more. So you can see about 5 feet around you. Everyone else can kind of see exactly where you are and that demonic creature has been defeated.
Cool.
Last but not least, we have Beatrice.
Okay. I'm a bird. I'm a bird. Can I create bonfire? Is that an ability I have as a bird?
It's weird. That was one that I had to give you, but I'm cool with it. It's a weird world.
Let me not resort to sorcerer's tricks and reveal my secrets quite yet. Which of these dolls is still up and menacing us?
So both the ones that you can see, the one right in front of Wart and Christopher, and then there's one just creepily looking at you from around the corner.
That one's been staring at me too long. I'm gonna peck its eyes out.
Yeah. When in doubt, peck it out.
Oh, yeah. I'm up on it. I'm up on him. I roll an 11.
11. That just misses.
Just fluttering in his face.
Yeah, you're just creating a havoc for this creepy doll. All right. So we're back at the top. Greg is going to run a little bit closer to Wart and let's see. He's going to do a guiding bolt. So the way I think of it is it's a flash of light. He has like, during 4th of July, those little poppers, the like really little ones that you throw. It's like in his kid pants, he was carrying a pocket full of them. So he pulls one out and throws it. But in this weird world, it actually potentially does some damage. He got a Nope, he got an 8. So he throws it, but he throws it too far, and you see it like explode kind of off to the left of him. And that is all he's got. Next is Wirt.
Okay. Since I'm not like just alone in this doll is surprising me. I feel like I have a little bit better bearings, like kind of a better handle on the situation. So I'm gonna try and like think about what's going on for a second. So I imagine that in order to cast any kind of magic, Wirt would probably have to use his little flute, pull that out, and maybe cast a tune or something like that. So kind of to help calm himself as well, he takes his flute out and starts playing a little tune on it. And I'm going to attempt to cast a Bane on the. I guess it'd be up to you, DM. Would I be able to see this guy back here, or would I kind of just be blinded by the one in front? Like, because I'd like to get 2 of them.
So you can see, I'll move him a little closer. Now that this doll is on fire, you can see up in the top of that shelf is a really creepy looking, almost pale white doll that's really visible within that fire that you're pretty sure you can hit.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to get those 2. The doll right in front of me and then that one. And I can do up to 3 creatures.
Mhm.
Oh, if I do second level, I could do 3 creatures. Okay.
Yeah, so I would say at the moment, those 2 are definitely, you can hit those 2.
Okay. 2 is great. I'll just do it first level then, instead of second. But it's a charisma saving throw of 12.
Yep, let me see. First one, it misses, that you hit both of them.
Okay. So that's a D4 that's subtracted from an attack roll or saving throw that either of those creatures make.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so as you play, it's almost like they're just used to the darkness and morbidity of their situation, that hearing music is like painful to them. They just don't like it. You can see visibly the dolls are like kind of shaking and twitching a little bit as you play.
Okay. And then I think that's all I'm going to do for this turn.
All right. So this other doll that's pretty creepy over here moves up a little bit more and like tackles a little bit. And he is going to shoot at the bird.
Was that the one I cast Bane on?
Not the
Wouldn't hurt a
one
bird, would
here
ya?
in the back. So you got the one right in front of you and the one that is right next to the bird. This is the one that's
Okay.
even further behind there.
Okay.
It's up on the bookshelf thing. Yeah, so it's gonna go for Beatrice. What is your AC?
Um, 13.
13. Cool. So it just hits. You see it. It like puts out its little doll hand, and all of the yarn that is its hand shoots at you. Very similar to what happened to Christopher. All of this yarn just comes flying at you, and it's wrapping you up and entangling you. And it has yet to make you fall prone, but it's getting really hard to kind of get out of this yarn that is slowly encapsulating you. For intensive beings, you will be grappled next turn. Let me make sure I have grappled right. A creature grappled, speed becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus speed. Yeah, so you're you just can't really move. From there, let's see. So that's the pole. It will be this. That doll's dead. Perfect. So it is now Christopher's turn.
Okay, so yeah, I'm grappled right now, correct?
Correct, at the
So-
moment.
So am I bound? Can I
Yeah,
I
you're-
move my hands at least?
You
Because I
can
have-
move your hands. Yeah, you just can't move anywhere.
Okay.
Um,
So do I still have my torch in my hand?
yes, you do.
Can I use it to kind of burn the strings coming at me?
Absolutely. Yeah. So if you want to start burning at the yarn, the strings that are gripping you, I would say it would take your full action, and you would be pretty well off to get most of them off of you.
Okay, I'll take my full action on that as it's burning. Do I need to roll for this?
No, I'll just
Okay.
let that happen.
Okay. So as it's burning, like, kind of like stretching out, trying to break it at the same time, and then I snap out of it.
Perfect. You hear it kind of shriek, and what pieces of the yarn aren't on fire start raveling back up into this doll-like creature. Okay, so from here, the doll right in front of all three of you is going to turn and it is going to give a giggle, as it were, at Christopher. So as you were breaking out, it's like you almost didn't notice. Right below you, this doll is latched to your leg, looking up at you, and it's just giving this really menacing giggle. If you want to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Got 12 on it.
12. It's effective. It's creepy. It's just super unnerving, and it will get you for 7 damage. As its little giggles just like give you a shiver up your spine. With that one done, this third doll that is being bothered by Beatrice sees that it's getting bound and takes its opportunity. It will also begin cackling maniacally and doing a little like doll dance around you. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw, Beatrice.
16.
That beats it. You're more focused on the fact that your wings are getting heavier. It's harder to move. You can't exactly fly the way you want. You're paying no attention to this doll at the moment.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then we have one more. Let's see. So the one that shot the yarns at Christopher drops to the ground below, and it's really creepy. It doesn't stand up on 2, but it actually crawls on what is now 3, as one of its arms has been destroyed by Christopher breaking out, and it will crawl up and attack Greg. 12. Let's see. Greg, yep, that hits. 4. That's gonna be a D6.
No.
6 points of
Brother
damage.
Greg.
So Greg is just kind of trembling. He's a little bit scared. He's not exactly sure what's going on. Doesn't even notice this creepy doll come up and sink into his calf. And he lets out a big yell and is trying to like bat this doll off, but he takes 6 points of damage, which for wee little Greg is a lot of damage. Greg's taken 6. And it is now Klaus's turn.
All right. So after seeing poor Greg get attacked, bless you.
Sorry, guys.
I all of a sudden feel a little more inclined to help my group. I don't like seeing poor Greg get attacked. So I'm going to run over, and as I run, I take out my rapier, and I go up behind the doll and just slash at it with my rapier. So
Very nice. You'll get advantage to hit.
okay. Let me see. Oop. Is it just a D20?
Yeah, so it'll be 2 d20s.
Okay.
Take the higher one.
Yeah. Be a 16.
Cool. That
That
hits.
Perfect.
And then you are in flanking. So you also get your sneak attack. So it will be a D4 plus 2d6 that you roll.
Awesome. So that's gonna be 11 damage.
Very nice.
Okay.
As Greg screams, you also hear this doll scream, and it creates actually a lovely harmony of pain between the two. The childlike scream and this doll, they resonate for a second before the doll kind of unlatches from Greg, and Greg grabs his calf. And that doll is not looking good. You actually like went through it and have it kind of pinned into the ground with your rapier at the moment. That one. Points. All right. So now it will be back with Greg. Greg is going to whimper away here a little bit. And he is going to do the things. He's going to cure wounds himself for 1d8 plus 7. He got 14, so he is good. And as you see him, his cure wounds, he's just like tending to it. He's giving it a rub, and he feels so much better. And he pops back up to his childish self and says, "Thank you so much. That doll had me really good. I don't like dolls anymore. I don't want to play with dolls anymore. I'm going to kick that doll." And that will be his move. Wirt, it is your turn.
Okay, so which dolls are dead? Have we killed any of them yet?
We've killed one. It's that one over there.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a way to mark it, isn't there?
Yeah, so when you click on the token, the very bottom little option thing, when you click on that, it'll open up a bunch of different selectors or things to mark the token. On the far right, there's an X.
Oh, right. I've seen that. Let's see, where is it? That thing. Yeah, okay.
I think I'm just gonna try and hold concentration on my Bane here for both of those guys. So I think I just keep the concentration and I burn another spell slot. I don't know if they roll again. I think they would probably.
I think they do.
Okay.
Bane's actually a new one to me, so.
For sure. Yeah, I
But
would
yeah,
I would do concentration check if I got hit. Not
right.
the other way. Okay. So yeah, I'm just
So I
I'm just
think
gonna
you're
cast
good.
Bane on him again. Charisma
Cool.
save 12.
Yeah, they're not enjoying it. They're shrieking. They haven't been able to hit anything. Though the one got lucky with Christopher. All right, holding that up. Let's see. So the one that is grappling Beatrice right now has enough. Did you go, Beatrice? I skipped you, didn't I?
No, I was at the very end. We did mine just recently.
Okay. And what was it that you did?
I pecked one's eyes out, and then that didn't work, and then I got grappled, and then that one danced around me.
Okay.
Did
So
we go
it's
finish it again? Is it me again?
I missed you. Yeah, I
Okay.
apologize. It's your turn.
I really don't like being enshrouded in yarn. Birds, feathers, and wings are delicate appendages. So I'm going to create bonfire on this doll thing.
Very nice. So, whoops. That is not what I meant to do.
It needs to make a dexterity 14 saving throw.
Perfect. And that is a hefty 3. So it did not pass.
Okay. It takes 8 tasty points of fire damage.
And that's the one right next to you, right?
Um,
Or are you creating it on the one that's
the one
because
that's
what I
grappling me.
okay. Yeah, so that's just fine. It still would have got the 3. It takes 8 points, and definitely the grapple is released as it is being engulfed by a bonfire at the moment.
Okay. If I can, I'd like to move like on top of a shelf.
Yep.
To a high bird hiding place.
Yeah.
Perch. There we go. And that'll end my turn.
Fantastic. All right. Now it is the polar one's turn. With bonfire, is that constant or is that kind of just like a spell that happens?
It made it in a 5-foot cube in that spot the doll was inhabiting. If it chooses to stay there, it will stay on fire, but it can step out of the fire.
Okay. Yeah, so it shrieks and retreats back into the darkness. But you can kind of see the trail as its yarns are still on fire, and it kind of just pitter patters its way across that shelf back into the darkness. And that will be its move. It's about this time. Let's see, you hear a rumbling, an uncomfortable rumbling coming from the middle aisle. You can't see it, but there's definitely something a coming for you. And you hear it jingling. You hear like jingling of bells as it slowly makes its way down. So that will be way cool. From there, got that pulled. Greg moved, Wart moved, so now it is Christopher's turn.
Okay, so this guy's alive, right? This
Yeah, so this one and this one are just barely hanging on, clinging for life.
Okay, I'll go for this one because this is the one that was attacking me, right? I
Yep.
believe. Okay. With my torch again, I'm gonna swing at this creature. So I'll do the bludgeoning damage. Oh my god. So what's Nick's name? I forgot his name already.
Wart.
Yes. So you casted something on me, correct?
So it has Bane. It has negative
I did
D4 roll.
I did give him an inspiration,
Yes.
Oh yeah, that too.
which
And
is it's a D6 that you can add
Okay.
to your attack rolls.
Yes, I'm gonna use that then.
Sweet.
I got it. Did I make it? I don't think I got it. Does 11 hit?
Ooh, it's really close. So with Bane, I would roll that D4 against its save, right? I think that's how that works. It's
Yeah.
against an attack, yeah. So yes, with that you hit.
Hell yeah. That worked out perfectly. Okay.
And you're gonna kill it pretty much with whatever you hit it.
Okay. So that 5 then automatically. Okay.
5
cool.
will do it. How do you want to do it?
I'm gonna like hammer it down on top of it. Kind of actually I'll just like bash it down like I'm kind of stomping out fire, but basically killing it with fire, you know?
Nice.
Yeah.
Putting out the fire you started on its
Exactly.
face. All right.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure my bardic inspiration was for him to kill it with fire. That's what my words
Yeah.
were.
Yes.
It was
yes,
exactly.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. So that one is now dead. And you will see the other doll that's been watching. It just waves very creepy bye-bye with its little doll hand and disappears in the darkness. So at the moment, the only one alive is this one that is being currently pierced by Klaus. It can't really free itself. It's in a really bad spot, so it's just going to turn around and attempt to bite you. Klaus does a 13 hit.
No, it does not.
So try as it might, its little dull nubbies just can't get enough on your awesome highwayman boot. It can't get through. It's just trying to get through, but nothing's happening, and it is your turn.
Okay, so I have my rapier still in it. Is that
Yep,
correct?
at
Okay,
the
and then
moment.
it's trying to bite me. So I think with my other hand, I'll pull out my dagger and just like into the head, into the face.
Sure. Go ahead and roll. I'll give you advantage on that too. It's technically prone.
Cool. Mm, 10.
10.
Roll twice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 10 was the highest.
Yes, unfortunately.
So you're stabbing at it, but it's moving just enough. It's really creepy. As you're hitting it, you're seeing like yarn pull apart from its head, but it's still going. But yeah, it's just like de-yarning it, and it's just becoming even creepier as you're de-yarning this thing. It'll be Greg's turn. How is everyone on health? Is anyone hurting really badly? Everyone pretty
Yeah, but
decent.
I took a hit, but I'm okay.
Okay. He's gonna move forward and attempt another popper on this one that's got your boot. That hits. So it explodes this popper right where your rapier is, and it's almost like the rapier does extra damage. This thing kind of just rattles off of your rapier and explodes into yarn and guts, goop, I would say. This one had a little bit of oil in it. It was pretty nasty. So that is it for the dolls that you see. You're technically out of initiative, but you hear something bigger coming right down the middle of this aisle. If you want to prepare a little bit, it sounds like a much bigger thing, and it's very jingly.
I think you killed Greg.
Yep, screw Greg. He's
I'm
dead.
gonna like just move this way so I'm on the other side of the shelves. Am I able to see through anything?
Yes. What you see there on your screen is a very good representation of what it is. It's like a creepy jester marionette. It looks like half human almost, half doll. It's very, very disturbing.
That's awful. Does it is it still moving, or is it like
Yeah, it's just moving forward. It's just moving straight forward in the aisle, doesn't recognize you at all. And it's just continuing to move forward.
okay. I want to like ready an action, kind of.
Okay.
If it attacks anybody, or if it looks like it's going for an attack, I want to use that. I'm just gonna go with a vicious mockery actually instead of the roll to hit, but I'll just use a vicious mockery on it. And just be like, hey, you ugly bastard, fuck off. If it happens to
Sure.
like come up to try and attack any of us or something.
Okay, so as soon as if it attacks, you'll lash out and start vicious mockering it.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Anyone else want to do anything as it is slowly coming towards you?
I do try and whisper over to Christopher, and I'm like, hey, this something on. Do you see it? What the fuck is that?
Can I do an action?
Yeah, at the moment.
Can I attempt to light something on fire? I'll roll for it.
What would you like to light on fire?
Starting with this aisle. I don't know if it's like a bookshelf or something, but you said there's like stuff on it.
Yeah, so it does appear to be made of pretty good wood. You don't feel like you could light the bookshelf on fire. However, some of the toys that are really easy to grab, you could easily light one of those on fire. There's a pretty long-armed doll. So the body's pretty small, but the arms are super long. That would catch fire super quick.
I'll catch it on fire then.
Cool. So you now are holding onto a lit doll. It's like a Molotov almost.
Yes.
All right. Anyone else?
This doll is lit.
Thank you. Someone had to do it.
It's true. All right. So as this happens, this creepy jester doll, it stands about 10 feet tall, just shorter than the bookshelves. And it's got this jangly hat, and it's got like a little, you're not sure what it is. It looks like a little canister. And it just like turns the corner and looks at you all and bows. And we will go ahead and keep the initiative that we have. I'm just going to roll him into it. So we will start with Greg. Let me make sure.
Do we possibly take a break?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a 15 and then we'll wrap this fight up.
Ooh.
All right. Sounds good.
See you then. All right, so we are back, and before the party is a gigantic, spooky, scary. It appears to be more of a puppet than it does a doll. But it's got its little jingly hat, and it stares menacingly at you guys before taking the doll in front of it and eating it, consuming it whole. You see its eyes glow more red as it feasts on the corpse of this doll that you destroyed. And it lets out a vicious howl as we begin to fight this battle. Greg will start it off with a 19, and then it will go to Wart. Greg is spooked, definitely spooked, and runs behind Christopher. He is going to give Christopher guidance. So you feel the little hand pat of Greg, and he goes, hey, guidance. And he gives you a tiny piece of candy that he had just in one of his pockets for guidance. So as you take that, once before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to any ability check of your choice. So it's basically an extra d4 for you. With that said, it will be Wart's turn and then followed by Christopher's.
Well, that's super creepy. I think I'm gonna try a thunderclap on it. I know I was waiting with a vicious mockery and everything, but clearly it's wanting to start some trouble.
It just eat a corpse. So
So I'm gonna make sure to get kind of like next to, sort of in front of. It's not exactly where I want to be, but I I want to try and be like right here, just right in front of everybody, so that I'm not hitting them with this spell. And it's kind of like, it's almost like a clapback instead of a vicious mockery. It's just like, hey, creepy ass, get the hell out of here.
Sure. So you feel it emanate and rupture as your spell takes place. It's like the power of the poet in your claps. And remind me what it does.
Con save of 12. It's got to
Con
be.
save of 12. That will not do it.
Lame.
That was a 4. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so you hit.
Dope. Okay. D6 of thunder damage. Nice. Got 5.
Sweet. 5.
Do I
Yeah,
notice
so
does the thunder damage hit it in any particularly strong way?
not really. It does seem to like really like kind of jolt at it. It's definitely shocking. Like it's not all puppet. It's definitely hitting like tendons and stuff. You can see it twitch. It's really gross.
It is super gross.
So yeah. All right. Christopher, what are you doing?
I would actually like to continue on burning down this place. So I'm gonna go to the next aisle and light it up.
All right. So in that aisle, you kind of hit the jackpot. It's like whatever was creating these had a bunch of toy soldiers lined out across the shelf. As soon as you light one, it's very flammable and you see the whole shelf start to light up. So this whole thing is starting to catch on fire in front of you. All right. From there, it is the doll's turn. Right, let's see. Yep, it's the doll's turn, and you see it kind of comes into itself and crunches. As it crunches, 2 extra arms pop out from its back. They like rip through the back of this thing. It's really gross. And one of them throws strings from it, and it is coming for you, Christopher, as it sees you're trying to destroy its home. It will be there. Does an 18 hit?
It does, yes.
Okay, so this is a puppet string. It grabs onto you, and you are currently restrained. Yeah, you're currently just restrained at the moment. So on your next turn, you'll need to be a certain strength to get out of it. With that, it is going to kind of like maniacally laugh and kind of start like dancing its feet a little bit. It will bat at Wirt with disadvantage. How's a 4 look? 4 hit you? I'm gonna assume a 4 does not hit. So yeah, it just swipes at you, but completely misses. And it is Klaus's turn.
Okay. As I see Christopher like starting to burn the place down, I want to go over and try to grab something that's burning, that I can grab, hopefully not get burned in the process as well. And I just want to chunk it directly at the creepy doll thing.
Sure. Go ahead and do a let's do acrobatics as you're kind of dodging, some fire kindling coming off. You want to grab it really quick and huck it over there.
Sounds good. I got a 13.
Yeah, I'll let that happen. You manage to slink your way through. You find a pretty good looking, it's like a wooden horse that isn't fully ablazed yet. You grab it where you can and you huck it at this thing.
Perfect.
Let's go ahead and roll a D8.
Okay. Ooh, 2.
2. Give me 4 there. So with the extra fire damage, we'll call that a 4. But what it has done is it's hit it and it's kind of felling next to it. It's very likely this thing might step in it and catch a blaze.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
All right. And now Beatrice. In front of you, you see a bunch of stuff going on from your perch up there. What are you doing? Oh,
I see the big puppet is wearing a jaunty sort of hat.
correct.
Do I think I could maybe pull that hat down over his eyes so he couldn't see you while my team wails on him?
Yeah, I think it doesn't seem to be, from where you're at, doesn't seem to be like stapled on. It actually does look like a hat. So I
Okay.
would say you're good to try it.
What would you like for me to attempt that?
Probably in acrobatics as well.
Okay. 15.
Yeah, I think you manage in the confusion of being hit with a burning toy horse. It is just distracted enough that you are able to flap over there, drop your weight down like you're sinking into a mouse of some sort, and you pull it over its glowing, very scary red eyes.
Okay. I say, he's distracted. Now beat him up.
Perfect. That was a good move. Good moves. It is Greg's turn. Greg is going to take the opportunity to run over to his brother. Wirt, take this. Trust me. And he'll give you a piece of candy for guidance as well.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
Yeah. He is hiding behind you very pointedly, but he does hand you the candy. That will be Greg's turn, and it is now your turn. Words.
It's okay, so it's not like out of reactionary fear this time, more out of curiosity as to how my worried shouts hurt that other doll. So I'm just gonna scream at this one again. And
It works.
yeah, so that way I can use that guidance if I need to. And I probably do because I rolled an 11. So it's a D4 that I add, right?
Right.
Okay, so 13.
Yeah, just hits. So that is good. Yeah, go ahead and yell at it.
I rolled a 1 for damage. Or I rolled a 1 on the die, so it's a 5 total.
Alrighty. Yeah, this thing was not prepared for the fight that you're giving it. It's been blinded, there's fire, it's being yelled at by a teenage boy. It's having a bad time. All right, so now it is Christopher's turn. What you've done so far seems to be working. It's getting hot in here. The 2 shelves that you've hit, they're definitely burning pretty quickly.
Okay. And the only ones that's reacting to the fire is this guy, correct? The main one?
Yes, now you are grappled by its strings, so you will need to break a certain save to get out of that.
Okay. A strength check, you said?
Yep.
Okay. Does a 15 do it?
Oh, it just misses. I'm sorry.
Man. I
It's-
debated too on doing the inspiration. I wasn't sure.
It's got you bound just
Okay.
barely.
Okay.
So from there, it is its turn. It's confused. Its free hand is swatting at what it thinks is a bird. It's trying to get the thing over its eyes, but the hand that has Christopher, you see it start moving menacingly, and all of a sudden it wraps around Christopher in a way that it's like he's a puppet and it's being controlled by these strings, and he turns and he is going to take a few steps forward and swing his axe at Greg. So out of his control, these strings just swing down at Greg, his axe, for a nat 1, which he rolled. So fortunately, Christopher's sheer will just didn't allow it to happen. Just as it was about to hit Greg, he put all of his effort in and it swung right over his head. He swung so hard it actually threw the axe behind him. So he no longer even has the axe in his hand. Still has the torch in his left hand though. From there, it will attempt a feeble swing again at Wart. 16.
Yeah, that one hits.
Okay. For 5 damage, as it gets you pretty good. It's got it's almost like wires, like coat hanger wires hanging out of its hand, and it just rakes you pretty good across the chest.
Gnarly.
It's gross. It's a gross looking thing. From there, we will go to Klaus.
Okay, so I'm seeing Christopher being controlled by the marionette strings. I'm going to take out my rapier and try to slice and detach those from him.
Okay. They are, the way they're set up, you do feel you might have a better chance with your dagger and doing more of a slashing motion.
Okay.
Same concept, but yeah, I think it would work
Dagger.
better with the dagger.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll. Let's just have you roll like an attack
Okay. With the dagger.
with the dagger.
Okay. 15.
15 will do it. So in that instance, you see Christopher just missed Greg's head. You take that advantage as the marionette string is tight. You snap it from his arm. So he has his one arm free. It's looking good. I would allow you to try it on one of his other appendages if you would like. So it'd be
Sweet.
another attack roll.
No attack roll. All right. That one was an 8.
8 will not do it. So as you cut that one, you immediately go down and start like chiseling, slicing at the one on his foot, but aren't able to get all the way through it.
Okay.
Finally, we have Beatrice. You have done a great job blinding this thing. You are now avoiding its like shoo off fly attempts.
Okay. What else is looking like a threat besides this big puppet I have just blinded? This is the last one.
At the moment, this looks like it. The place is starting to catch fire. It's getting a lot more hot, a lot more visibly light. The dolls that you saw before appear to have retreated.
Is the puppet within 5 feet away of a flame?
Yes.
I would like to try and use Gust to use my mighty wings to push it into the flame. I need
Good
it to
idea.
make a strength saving 14.
14. What's it straight? That is a 4. It does not make it, and it goes into the fire.
I
That's
with
impressive.
my 3
Strong.
foot and a 1 inch wingspan give it a mighty gust, which I imagine just like tips it off balance enough for it to fall in the fire.
With all that's going on, yep, it's completely distracted enough that it falls into the fire. Not quite prone, it like falls on its knee and starts catching fire before standing up, but it is now taking fire damage every round.
Who knew that that character was a freaking Pokemon?
Yeah, pretty much like Pidgeot over here.
I'm a Pidgey.
Don't you have Gust and Peck? Like those are literal
Yes.
moves that you guys
Pidgeys,
I'm a
yeah.
level 3 Pidgey.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it is, yeah, it's not looking great. From here we start back with Greg. He's starting to get excited. It's looking pretty good for us. He's gonna start looking over the toys that are being burned to see if there's anything worth saving. As he's looking, ooh. As he's looking, he notices kind of through the crackling over in this last aisle that there is something there that looks interesting. So he's going to take his movement to try and get over to it. Doesn't quite get there, but will be there next turn. And now we will go to work, and then Christopher's on deck.
My first reaction would probably be to Greg looking for toys and stuff. So can I like yell out to him and just be like, "What are you doing? Where did you go?"
There's something over here. I want it. As he kind of runs by the aisle. He says that to you as he turns into the next aisle.
Right. Man, a small part of me wants to like try and follow him or figure out what's going on there. You know what? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna do a vicious mockery on this creepy doll thingy. Wisdom save 12.
Oh. Nope. Got a 4.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay, for 2 points of psychic damage. And it's just, hey, big ugly, you suck. Burn. Because he's on fire. And then I don't know how far I can get, but I'm gonna like just try and make it over to where he's at to be like, what's what?
Okay. Perfect. You don't see anything yet. You see something over here, but it's too dark to tell at this moment. Christopher,
The flames aren't helping brighten anything. I had
brighten enough so that you can definitely see Greg sees something, but it's unclear what it is.
But he was legit. There's something interesting over here at least.
Yeah.
And then the creepy clown guy has a disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Dang. Okay. Christopher,
How's he looking?
he's not doing great. He's got hit with a lot of stuff really fast. He's definitely on his last leg, but he is still he has 4 arms, so you
I'm
are
just-
still bound, but I would say
Oh,
with
yeah, I forgot.
advantage.
You have 1 arm.
Yeah, I'd say with advantage to break out.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna break out if I can. Do I need to roll for anything?
Yeah, go ahead and just roll 2 d20s
2d20.
plus your strength on those.
26 plus 6.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Cool.
You break free as it's been hit with so much. You feel the bonds kind of loosen, and you're able to break them away like toilet paper at this point. I'll let you move where you would like to as well.
I'm gonna move. I can imagine Christopher hearing Greg and his brother talking about finding something, or he found something. So I'm gonna go to them with my torch, and hopefully I kind of light it up a little bit, the area,
Sure.
and maybe they might see it.
Yep, and they do. What you see before you is very strange. It's actually a woman. She's incapacitated, and she's holding in her hand a like death grip on these very, very shiny silver scissors.
The snippy scissors.
The scissors of Snip, as it were.
I'll take them if I can.
She's got a death grip on it.
Okay.
What you do notice getting a little bit closer, though, it seems like she's got a connection to whatever this monstrosity is. It's hard to tell what at the moment with the move that you've had. From here, we are going to go. Oh, it's the baddie's turn. Yeah, so he's angry. He is going to start charging. He will take a attack of opportunity from Beatrice if you want to roll for it.
An attack opportunity. What do I do to save against that?
No, so it's moving away from you. You can
Oh, okay.
strike it.
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna peck the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Natural 20 for a 21.
Oh man. So I play my 20s and 1s very big. You just hit it perfectly. You get it like right in the nape of its back, and you rip this thing open. You see every move it makes, it's just tearing and tearing and tearing. Go ahead and roll a d12 for
That's
damage.
a hard pecker.
Could not pass that one up.
1 damage.
No kidding. It's a 1.
All of the damage was soaked out by Sebastian's joke.
Okay. Regardless, that rip in it is getting close to the flame. You're imagining meta here that the dice it takes in damage every turn from the fire just went up a size.
Okay.
But it does charge, and it is going to grab. It's going to attempt to grab probably Klaus. So it will aim. Does a 14?
Just hits, yes.
Okay, so it grabs you with one of its other hands. It's got you controlled. And instead of making a shoddy attack, it's going to use its puppeteering to turn you around, and you're going to swing at Christopher for a 14.
That's the damage or to hit me?
To hit.
No, it misses.
Perfect. So it happens really quick. Turns you around, and like a weird puppet, you swing, but you don't quite hit. But you are definitely controlled and coming after them. From there, it is going to be your turn. Klaus, you can attempt to break free with a strength or dexterity as your roll. So a
Alright.
d20 plus strength or dexterity, your choice.
All right. We're gonna do Dex. Higher. 14.
Does not break, unfortunately. It's got you pretty good. It caught you by surprise. Try as you might, you're just not able to get out. Beatrice.
Yes. Puppet is not dead yet.
It's still going. But it's looking really rough.
You mentioned last time there was a thread that had gotten undone.
Yes, when you pecked it as it ran away, you can see that the lining of it starts tearing and tearing from its back. So there's a sizable hole in its back.
So I just had a total original idea of that you've probably never seen anything like before. I want to grab this thread and wrap it around its legs so that once it tries to step forward, it will fall on its face.
All right. Wow. The old tripwire.
Are you sure I haven't seen that in a movie once?
That is a totally original thought that I came up with just off the dome right now.
And what a great idea it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's have you fly down there and see if you're able to do it.
What would you like me to roll for this?
That's a good one. Let's do. I don't know why I keep. Yeah, it's gonna be acrobatics again.
Okay. 19.
Yeah, I think you can pass the lasers. I mean, flames. Go ahead and try it.
One more pass. One more pass. Okay, so I got 19. What else do I need to do to trip up this?
I think that would be the move for you, grabbing it and just you're going around and around. You get a good 2.5 around it with its own string. So it's as it's being wrapped up, it's actually unraveling too. And it's just getting more and more horrifying. It's like you're starting to see bones come out of it along with the stuffing. It's nasty looking. So that is good. Back to the top. Greg goes over to this incapacitated woman holding the snipping scissors and notices that she's kind of bound and the wires tend to lead to this thing. Greg's not really sure. Yeah, he's not really sure what the heck's going on, but she's definitely incapacitated. She's knocked out. She's a little beat up, and it looks like her arms are just moving. Controlling this puppet is what you would assume. But that's going to be his move. He's actually going to cure wounds on her as she's pretty beat up.
Does that wake her up?
It doesn't wake her up, but definitely, he gives her a good shake and kind of rubs her arm a little bit and gives her 6 points back. From there, it is your turn, Wart.
Okay, so I'll move up like kind of on the other side of this woman. And I want to try and get the scissors out of her hand to hopefully like cut these strings.
So as
That's
you're
gonna be my
looking,
A and B, but go ahead.
Sure. So the way she's holding the scissors, it looks like the string is actually wrapped around. It's like held onto her hand by these strings almost. It's as if someone took the scissors, put them in their hands, and then wrapped all of this around it. So it's very hard. Like you're not able to pull it off.
Okay. And I don't have any sharp objects on me that I might be able to cut this stuff. No.
No.
That sucks.
Sharpen your flute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Play
literally like,
E sharp.
crap in a hat, man. This is Christopher that's just standing a few feet away, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna hold my action basically to just cast another vicious mockery on this thing if it gets closer, like within eyesight and stuff. But I'm gonna tell Christopher that we probably need him to do something here. I mean, what my brain is immediately going to is cutting her hand off, but that's a little grim. Something though. I don't have any sharp stuff. I'm like, hey Chris, I don't got a knife. You got a knife? I need something sharp. You got a sharp thing on you? I don't got nothing.
You've definitely had time to examine it, and the two are connected by these strings coming off of the scissors, and they run almost like fishing line. They're nearly invisible, especially in the lighting, but they're definitely in sync with each other, as if she were controlling it, but she's completely knocked out. So hard to understand what's going on exactly, but there are visible strings leading to this thing.
Okay.
With that, we'll go to Christopher. The monster is looking really rough. It's gruesome. It's brutal. Still trudging forward, and it has Klaus in its control. Klaus is in front of you, against his will, swiping at you.
So, okay, so my axe, it flew earlier. Can I run and get it?
It is about right where it is. It's right on the side of it here.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, damn. Can I kind of pass Klaus? Like, I'm gonna run straight at the puppet monster thing. Can I kind of avoid Klaus and run to it and attack it?
Yes, you can. However, just so you know, it would put you in.
Opportunity of attack?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Well, damn. Okay, so I'm gonna avoid that then. I'm gonna go with Greg. And I see what they're doing with the scissors. I'm gonna try to burn the strings if that's possible.
Yep. So as you try, you see them. These strings are a little bit different. It's almost as if they're made of metal.
Yeah. Okay.
They are heating up. It looks like it is kind of working, but it's taking a lot longer than the other things that you have burned. Is there anything else you'd like to try this turn?
Is her hand burning?
No, actually, it's pretty much just hitting the scissors and the wire. Her hand seems to be fine. We're not hearing any sizzling of flesh, I should say.
Okay. Well, damn. Okay. That's it.
All right. From here, it is the bad's turn. It's going to use its move, and it's throwing Klaus in here. Klaus is going to swing again at Christopher for a 14. I think 14 misses. Pretty sure.
My bad. 17 is mine.
AC,
I see,
cool.
yeah.
Yep, so it does hit you, but it's just such a loose attack that it bounces off, it reflects. It's going to turn around, see Beatrice, and try to put actually no, it's not. It's going to reach down and grab the doll right below it and consume it. When it does, Beatrice, what you see as it eats it, the doll goes in and you just see the doll head staring out at you through the back of this gaping wound. It seems like it would be getting stronger, but the way its wounds are, it's essentially a patch. It still looks really rough, and now it has a creepy doll head that is staring at you, Beatrice. That will do it for its turn. And now we'll go to Klaus if you want to roll to try and break free.
So I'm attached to it through these like marionette strings, right?
Correct.
But it was able to send me far away from it.
It can move you. It puppeteers you.
Okay. It's still encircled by the thread that Beatrice wrapped around its legs, though, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I was thinking to like, I don't know if it would work the way that it sent me away. If I went instead of fighting it with strength, if I just like went limp and used all my body weight, since it's wrapped up with this thread, it would cause the doll to trip and fall. I mean, I would still be entangled by it essentially, but it would be down.
Yes.
Could I attempt that?
You could definitely attempt that. It's a great idea. And just go ahead and roll a d20 for it.
Okay. I rolled a 1. Nat
On
1.
that one. So it's really funny. You have this really good idea. You're pretty sure that your body weight will tip it. So you go limp and you just kind of like hang there for a second. And you look at everyone and everyone kind of looks at you and you just stand back up and just act like it never happened.
Ignore me. What are y'all motherfuckers looking at?
Beatrice, this thing has just consumed a doll. Its doll head is looking at you from its back. It's still going. Just a little bit. What are you gonna do about it?
My goodness, this thing is not slowing down.
It is wrapped up, however.
Animal friendship won't help me here. I'm just gonna give it a good old peck.
Pecking it. I like it.
Does a 16 hit?
Just does, yes.
Okay. Five damage.
5 damage. It is so close to death, it hurts. It's gargling oil and blood. The smell is so foul. It's on fire. It smells like flesh and burning tinder. It's got like its eye is starting to sizzle out of its head.
Yeah.
It's nasty. Still alive, howling in pain, and it's still got a hold of Klaus with its one arm left. Back to Greg. Greg really examines what's going on here, and he's pretty sure it's the opposite. He thinks this thing is controlling her. So they're wires, they're metal wires. He's just going to motion to the party to kill this thing and see what happens. Keep an eye on her, but kill this thing. So he'll run forward and try to give a guiding bolt. And with a 3, it dang near hits Beatrice. Just goes right over this thing that is dying and almost snaps right next to you.
Hey, watch it.
Sorry, I'm
Fly in
sorry.
here.
Fly in here. Wart,
I guess I'm gonna pretty much follow my brother's steps. Kind of agree with him. Yeah, I'll just go for vicious mockery again. Saving them spell slots. Wisdom
and
12.
that's 12. Nat 20. It's almost as if it's upset that you even tried. It it like jerks its arm with Klaus and sends a vibration of the marionette strings that have him, and it kind of throws him into a bookshelf. Doesn't hurt him, but it's very clear that it didn't work.
Bummer.
And Christopher.
I'm gonna rush at the puppet. I'm not
Puppet.
sure how many feet do I have. 5, 10, 15, 20. That should be a good.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can get there.
Okay. I'm gonna batter up with my torch. Gonna swing at his face. I'm gonna roll my inspiration
Nice.
to add to that. I should make it. I don't think I did. Does a 15 hit?
15 just hits.
Oh
15
hell
is it.
yeah! Jeez, man.
So, yeah.
The inspiration's been working for me tonight.
It was
Teamwork.
you rolled a D4 on the last one. It's supposed to be a D6, just so you know.
Oh shit. Okay.
It hit though, so it doesn't. It's fine.
That's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, so you hit it. It looks dead at you as you come at it with its one good eye. Its mouth is all melting. Its eyes popped out. I'm pretty sure you can finish it off with anything you do.
Cool. I'm gonna just batter up at his head and just knock his head off clean.
Perfect. And as if it were a Jack in the Box, pop goes the weasel status. It pops off and like a spring is just kind of hanging there. It falls to the ground completely limp, and the woman regains consciousness behind you. I think that would be a good place to leave it off. We can pick that up next time.
Cool.
Thanks for putting this game on, man. This has been a lot of fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, next week will be interesting. So thank you guys for playing it.
Yeah. Right on.
We'll see you guys next week.
Sounds good. Have a good
See
one.
you guys.
Bye.
Bye.